right now on 15 News Now.
Will we see any thunderstorms on your Wednesday? I'll have all the details.
Riots continue after the George Zimmerman verdict. Also, Edward Snowden has more secrets. Plus, baby boomers will have to remain in the workforce longer to stay healthy longer. 15 News Now starts right now.
Coverage you can count on. 15 News Now starts now.
Rioters angry over the George Zimmerman verdict tore through the streets of Los Angeles Monday night. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Fred Dawkins. Our top story on 15 News Now, one of the jurors is speaking out. She says she voted to acquit Zimmerman because she believed he feared for his life. Gary Lane has more.
Angry protesters ran through the streets of Los Angeles for a second night, interrupting traffic, breaking windows, and even looting a Walmart store. Police struggled to contain the unrest to the Crenshaw district, the heart of LA's black community. Meanwhile, one of the 6 jurors in the Zimmerman trial, known only as juror number 37B, told CNN she voted to acquit George Zimmerman in the shooting death of Trayvon Martin because she had no doubt Zimmerman feared for his life. She said both Martin and Zimmerman could have walked away from their tragic encounter. She said, "I think all of us thought race did not play a role. We never had that discussion." Juror 37B said 3 jurors favored convicting Zimmerman, but changed their minds after repeated scrutiny of the evidence presented at the trial. Zimmerman's whereabouts are not known, but his parents are concerned for his safety.
It's a lot of death threats on, in the social media.
We've had an enormous amount of death threats.
And even though Zimmerman was found not guilty of criminal charges, his ordeal may not end anytime soon. Civil rights leaders are pushing for federal charges.
Clearly, there are grounds for civil rights charges here. We always said there would be a plan B, but there needed to be a plan A. There would never have been protests if there had been an arrest.
The U.S. Department of Justice is still considering a civil rights case against Zimmerman.
I share your concern. And as we first acknowledged last spring, we have opened an investigation into this matter.
And Martin's parents are considering a possible wrongful death lawsuit against Zimmerman as well. Gary Lane, CBN News.
Churches in Sanford are opening their doors for prayer to help ease tensions in their community. A group called Sanford Pastors Connecting will be holding prayer meetings each Monday at noon. The city's mayor, the city manager, and police chief attended a prayer rally at New Life Word Center Church. The pastor of the church says they prayed for both the Zimmerman and the Martin families. They also prayed for unity, peace, and better community relations. The mayor expressed thanks that no violence has happened in the city. Applications are currently being accepted for North Florida Community College's associate's degree in nursing. Now's the time to enroll and take care of applications, testing, and program entrance requirements for spring term 2014. Deadline to apply is October 1st. Classes begin in January 2014, and for more information, contact Debbie Bass at 973-1662. A blistering heat wave scorched parts of the country on Tuesday. Temperatures are soaring into the 90s from Michigan to the East Coast, but the heat and humidity will make it feel even hotter. Heat advisories and warnings are in place in Boston, New York City, Baltimore, and Philadelphia. Several cities in the Northeast opened cooling centers to help residents beat the heat. In Portland, Maine, 5 people were taken to a hospital after being overcome by the heat during a half marathon. Those who have been outside are encouraged to take frequent breaks and drink lots of water.
You ever been close to death? This is about 2 steps closer. Literally, there's nothing you can do to keep cool.
Walking around in this heat, you have to kind of overhydrate. You have to drink even if you're not thirsty.
Forecasters said the heat wave will continue for several more days. It's expected to expand into the Midwest and the Northern Plains by midweek. Last year, at least 155 people died from heat-related illness. Speaking of hot weather, Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our summertime forecast. Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. It looks like we're going to see a cloudy evening throughout the Big Bend. Temperature around 85, 86 degrees at 7 p.m. By 9 p.m. down to about 83. And then by midnight, we're starting to clear things out a little bit. A temperature of 80. What does your forecast look like for your Wednesday? I'll let you know coming up later in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
And when we come back on 15 News Now, Edward Snowden has more secrets. That story coming up only on 15 News Now.
I needed coverage that I could afford, so I called ICANN.
When I lost my job, I needed health benefits from my family, so I called ICANN.
With my history, I couldn't get health insurance, so I called ICANN.
Going without health insurance? One call can change it all. Rates too high? You've been turned down, or just need to save money. ICANN has plans to meet your needs, no matter your income. We have plans that include coverage for doctor visits, prescriptions, hospital stays, surgery, emergency room visits, and the list goes on. But wait, there's more. ICANN has programs that connect you with licensed doctors round the clock from wherever you are. And as a special bonus, if you call right now, we'll send you a no-cost, no-obligation Humana prescription drug savings card just for calling.
That's a savings of up to 50% off your prescriptions at 54,000 participating pharmacies nationwide.
You're watching 15 News Now with Fred Dawkins and Dustin Kopp. 15 News Now continues.
The NSA agent accused of spilling the beans on America's most sensitive surveillance intelligence apparently has more secrets. Edward Snowden reportedly has the blueprint documents on how our country's national security agency operates, and if the information is made public, it could harm the United States. George Thomas has more.
If you thought Edward Snowden's revelations of the NSA's massive snooping operation was all he had, think again.
In order to take documents that proved that what he was saying was true, he had to take ones that included very sensitive, detailed blueprints.
Glenn Greenwald is the columnist with a British newspaper who first reported on the intelligence leaks. He says Snowden has what he calls the instruction manual for how the NSA is built.
He's in possession of literally thousands of documents that contain very specific blueprints that would allow somebody who read them to know exactly how the NSA does what it does.
And perhaps more alarming is just how easy it was for Snowden to apparently get his hands on the treasure trove of data.
Being able to inform people about the true severity of how much each NSA analyst has access to people's personal private communications with very little oversight, checks, or safeguards.
Snowden emerged for the first time in weeks last Friday, still in hiding in a Moscow airport. He wants Russian asylum until he can legally travel on to Latin America. Russia says they'll grant his request, but on condition he stops the leaks. Greenwald says the NSA agent has scores of documents on other surveillance programs that, if released publicly, would be very harmful to the United States.
There are other domestic spying programs that have yet to be revealed, similar in nature to the ones we have revealed.
The White House wants Russia to send him back to face felony charges.
He's very resigned to the fact that things might go terribly wrong, and he absolutely is at peace with that.
And Greenwald has this warning to anyone trying to harm Snowden.
It's not simply a matter of if he dies, things get released. It's more nuanced than that. It's really a way to just protect himself against extremely rogue behavior on the part of the United States, by which I mean violent actions towards him designed to end his life.
George Thomas, CBN News.
The Wakulla County Sheriff's Office has increased the cash reward offered for information that leads to the arrest of the subject who shot Zeke the German Shepherd mix, who was found badly injured along Shadeville Highway in June. A passing motorist called Wakulla County Animal Control on June 3rd and reported the injured animal. Zeke was shot in the both back legs area and left to die. Two concerned citizens have contributed a total of $600 that will be given to anyone who comes forward and provides the information that leads to the arrest of the dog shooter. Anyone with information about the dog shooting is asked to contact the Wakulla County Sheriff's Office at 745-7100 and request a detective from the Criminal Investigations Division. Well, in the wake of the recent heavy rains that affected the Big Bend region last weekend, Taylor County Emergency Management has been monitoring the rivers of the county. The Emergency Management Department has observed a 6-foot increase in the Steinhatchee River. At this time, the river is showing signs of slowing but continues to rise. Visit our website, WSFD15.com, to get links that are helpful in keeping you informed. Authorities are investigating after a woman's decomposing body was found near downtown Jacksonville. Officials said the woman's body was suspicious because of where it was found in the bushes. No other details were given. Investigators do want to talk with a man in his 20s who was on a bicycle and told workers at a glass company that he discovered the body. Police said the woman may have been dead for about 2 weeks. Federal law enforcement officials made major arrests this week in an international child exploitation investigation. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents arrested 255 people and identified 61 child victims during a 5-week investigation. The International Joint Task Force was known as Operation iGuardian. ICE agents say they're seeking a distribution new trend, and it's disturbing. Predators are increasingly turning to the internet for their victims, sexually extorting minors to produce graphic images and videos.
The internet is too big, the numbers of abusers too large, elusive, and scattered throughout the world. Deceit, impersonation, and blackmail are the tricks of this terrible trade.
So far this year, more than 1,600 arrests have been made in similar investigations. Up next on 15 News Now, baby boomers will have to remain in the workforce longer to stay healthy longer. 15 News Now continues after this.
Health Insurance Update. This just in for all uninsured Americans with or without pre-existing conditions. The recent health care bill will not take effect until at least 2014, leaving families and individuals lacking health insurance with no immediate solution to their concerns. Meanwhile, medical problems continue to be the #1 cause of bankruptcies. Here's the good news. A health insurance hotline has been established to provide affordable health insurance for all uninsured Americans, and yes, uninsured Americans with pre-existing conditions. Call the number on your screen now, and in less than 10 minutes, you could receive a choice of affordable plans from the Hotline Network. This is not a discount card. You will have access to doctors, hospitals, dental care, infant care, and emergency services. Call the Health Insurance Hotline now and get you and your family covered today.
Call 800-794-0825. That's 800-794-0825. Call now.
Baby boomers are having to remain in the workforce longer before taking retirement. However, there could be a bright side to that reality. New research says the longer you work, the less likely you are to develop Alzheimer's disease. Health reporter Lori Johnson tells us why that's true and passes on more tips for preventing Alzheimer's.
Our choices can make a difference about whether we get Alzheimer's or keep it at bay. So says a study of 500,000 people that shows for each additional year a person worked, the risk of getting Alzheimer's was reduced by 3%. The reason is because working is more demanding than retirement, physically, mentally, and socially. Stimulation in all 3 of those areas leads to a healthy brain because they increase the blood flow in the brain and also increase chemicals that protect the brain and slow its deterioration. In addition to those activities, a healthy brain also depends on a good diet, according to a study at the Oregon Health and Science University.
We're interested in things that might have a role in the prevention of Alzheimer's disease, but also looking for things that might be actually causing the disease.
Bowman and his colleagues studied 104 seniors with an average age of 87 and found people who ate trans fats scored lower on thinking and memory tests. Trans fat is in processed foods. It's called hydrogenated oil in the list of ingredients. It's also in fast food, margarine, and vegetable shortening.
Trans fats are they're kind of all over the place.
On the other hand, seniors who ate diets high in vitamins B, C, D, and E, as well as omega-3 fats, scored higher.
So it's a combination of staying away from the bad and getting the good. If you just do one, you may not get the bonus effect.
Some Alzheimer's patients exhibit tremendous improvement after taking coconut oil. Steve Newport's Alzheimer's was so advanced, this is what happened when he tried to draw a picture of a clock. But then his wife, who's also a doctor, started giving him coconut oil. And 2 weeks later, his clock drawing was much better.
I thought at the time, was it just good luck? Was it a lot of prayer? Was it the coconut oil? And I thought, well, we're going to keep the coconut oil going.
3 weeks later, his clock drawing demonstrated an even healthier brain. Dr. Newport wrote a book about Steve's success with coconut oil and has since heard from readers with similar stories.
Some of these responses have been quite dramatic, and I do have a collection now of almost 220 reports, mostly from caregivers and some from the person themselves, reporting that they saw improvement after they started taking coconut oil.
So there are lots of things you can do to improve your brain health, stimulate your mind with work and puzzles, challenge your body with cardiovascular and strength training, and connect emotionally with others. Also, eat a diet rich in vitamins, omega-3 fats, and coconut oil while avoiding trans fats. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
President Barack Obama said Monday the nation is kinder and gentler thanks to former President George H.W. Bush. Bush, supporting his now signature bold socks, joined Obama in the White House to honor the 5,000th winner of the Daily Point of Light Award. The award was created by the former president nearly 20 years ago to honor volunteerism. President Obama said, although he's too humble to recognize it, the senior Bush's passion for service has strengthened the nation.
Mr. President, I'm one of millions of people who've been inspired by your passion and your commitment. You have helped so many Americans discover that they too have something to contribute, that they too have the power to make a difference.
The recipients of today's award, Floyd Hammer and Kathy Hamilton, a retired couple from Iowa, were honored for delivering meals to hungry children in more than 15 countries.
What does your Wednesday forecast look like? Will we see any thunderstorms, and how hot will it get? I'll let you know coming up. We'll be right back.
Mom! Mom?
This mom was lucky that her daughter happened to stop by. Can your mom or dad reach a phone in such an emergency? The solution is Life Alert. Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 11 minutes.
Linda, thank you for finding Life Alert for me. I feel much safer having it.
Whenever my mother needed help, Life Alert was there.
Because of Life Alert, my mother's life was saved.
Life Alert definitely saved my mother-in-law's life that day. There's no doubt about it.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-821-5206. That's 1-800-821-5206. Call now, 1-800-821-5206. For a free brochure, call 1-800-821-5206. 1-800-821-5206.
Here is your Storm Tracker forecast.
And welcome back. We are seeing a cloudy sky out there right now. We're going to continue to see those clouds off and on this evening. 89 degrees at our studio. With currently, it feels like 93. Current dew point 69 with 50% humidity and an east wind at 11 miles per hour. Throughout the area, as we look at our forecast headlines, we're going to be seeing those isolated thunderstorms continue off and on. Hot times as well. And it looks like a good chance of thunderstorms for your Friday. Let's take a look at that forecast map. We're going to see those isolated thunderstorms all over the Big Bend and Florida, so be prepared to see those off and on for the next several days. Here's what our forecast looks like this evening. Cloudy skies, maybe a pop-up thunderstorm, 86 degrees at 7 p.m., 83 by 9. By midnight, down to about 80 degrees. Forecast for tonight, we're going to get down to about 71 with isolated thunderstorms. east wind 5 to 10. For tomorrow, another warm day. It's 93 degrees with isolated thunderstorms, northeast wind 5 to 10. Looking ahead at the big 7-day forecast, we're looking at some thunderstorms possible on your Thursday, 93 degrees. Thunderstorms likely on Friday, good chance. 90 degrees on Friday, 87 of thunderstorms on Saturday, 88 degrees on Sunday. Then more isolated thunderstorms on Monday, high of 88, and then down to about 83 on Tuesday with scattered thunderstorms. Don't forget, you can get the latest weather information at our website, WSFD15.com.
I'm Stacy Johnson. If you were missing some money, where would you look? In your pants pocket, in the washer, under a cushion? No, online. I'll explain just ahead on Money Talks News.
I can't travel. I can't sit for very long. I can't stand for very long. I can't sleep. It's difficult to find any joy. It's unbelievable how just a few months of taking Nopalea, how it's changed my life, how much better I feel. You just get a total appreciation, new appreciation for life that I haven't had in so long.
With over 8 million bottles of Nopalea sold, we know it will work for you. Pick up the phone and call now. Learn how to get your 32-ounce bottle of Nopalea free. You'll also receive the Secret Killer Special Report that talks about the dangers associated with inflammation and an audio CD that explains the science behind the Nopal Superfruit.
I just know it worked, and it helped me, and it'll help you too.
Get on the road to wellness now.
I needed coverage that I could afford, so I called ICANN.
When I lost my job, I needed health benefits from my family, so I called ICANN.
With my history, I couldn't get health insurance, so I called ICANN.
Going without health insurance? One call can change it all. Rates too high? You've been turned down, or just need to save money. ICANN has plans to meet your needs, no matter your income. We have plans that include coverage for doctor visits, prescriptions, hospital stays, surgery, emergency room visits, and the list goes on. But wait, there's more. ICANN has programs that connect you with licensed doctors round the clock from wherever you are. And as a special bonus, if you call right now, we'll send you a no-cost, no-obligation Humana prescription drug savings card just for calling.
That's a savings of up to 50% off your prescriptions at 54,000 participating pharmacies nationwide.
So don't wait. Call ICANN right now.
Could there be some missing money out there you're trying to find? Odds are 1 in 8 that there is. Money reporter Stacy Johnson explains why you might be owed money, how to find it, and why you should never pay someone to find it for you.
Nothing's nicer than finding some cash in a pocket you forgot you had.
Even better, though, opening an envelope and seeing you got $150 you didn't know you had.
I recently got something in the mail saying I was owed $150, and this company would collect it for me for $29.
Now, this is an example of unclaimed property and an example of a company trying to make money off of it. But instead of paying this company, I did what they did. I went online and just looked it up myself.
I went to this site, unclaimed.org, and sure enough, there it is, a $150 unclaimed rebate check from Office Depot. In a matter of minutes, I downloaded a form, filled it out, and my money should soon be on the way.
According to the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators, about 1 in 8 Americans have some money out there trying to find them. So take a minute or two, go online, and start a treasure hunt.
First stop, where I went, unclaimed.org. You can also check your state's website for unclaimed property, and don't forget to check other states where you've lived also. Next, this U.S. government site lets you find unclaimed pension money, investor class action settlements, unclaimed tax refunds, mortgage insurance refunds, and more. Things like old stock certificates require a different approach. For these, you want detailed instructions from this SEC website.
Bottom line, your treasure hunt may be unproductive, but you can do it during a commercial break, and you certainly don't need to pay somebody else to do it for you. Want links? I got them. Just go to moneytalksnews.com and do a search for Missing Money. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
Like Stacy said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to our website, WSFD15.com. Click on the Money Talks link under the Lifestyles menu.
Mom! Mom!
This mom was lucky that her daughter happened to stop by. Can your mom or dad reach a phone in such an emergency? The solution is Life Alert. Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 11 minutes.
Linda, thank you for finding Life Alert for me. I feel much safer having it.
Whenever my mother needed help, Life Alert was there.
Because of Life Alert, my mother's life was saved.
Life Alert definitely saved my mother-in-law's life that day. There's no doubt about it.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-821-5206. That's 1-800-821-5206. Call now, 1-800-821-5206. For a free brochure, call 1-800-821-5206. 1-800-821-5206.
I needed coverage that I could afford, so I called ICANN.
When I lost my job, I needed health benefits from my family. So I called ICANN.
With my history, I couldn't get health insurance, so I called ICANN.
Going without health insurance? One call can change it all. Rates too high? You've been turned down, or just need to save money. ICANN has plans to meet your needs, no matter your income. We have plans that include coverage for doctor visits, prescriptions, hospital stays, surgery, emergency room visits, and the list goes on. But wait, there's more. ICANN has programs that connect you with licensed doctors round the clock from wherever you are. And as a special bonus, if you call right now, we'll send you a no-cost, no-obligation Humana prescription drug savings card just for calling.
That's a savings of up to 50% off your prescriptions at 54,000 participating pharmacies nationwide.
So don't wait. Call ICANN right now.
This is Sports Zone.
FIU has dismissed running back Kedrick Rhodes from the team for a violation of team policy. Rhodes was the Panthers' leading rusher last season with 714 yards and was slated to start this year as a senior. In 2011, he ran for 1,149 yards. The school announced the dismissal on Monday but did not specify the violation. The Jacksonville Jaguars have signed fourth-round draft pick Ace Sanders to a contract. Sanders agreed to terms last week but inked his rookie deal Monday. A receiver and punt returner from South Carolina, Sanders was the 101st overall selection in April's NFL draft. The 5'7" speedster finished with his college career with 99 receptions for 1,230 yards and 13 touchdowns. He also averaged 11.2 yards on 53 punt returns and scored 3 touchdowns. He had a career-high 45 catches for 531 yards and 9 touchdowns as a junior last season and ranked 4th nationally in punt returns, averaging 15.3 yards. With Sanders under contract, the Jaguars have one unsigned draft pick remaining, Florida safety Josh Evans. Pittsburgh Steelers All-Pro center Marquise Pouncey has apologized for wearing a baseball cap supporting former college teammate Aaron Hernandez. Pouncey and his twin brother Mike, a center for the Miami Dolphins, were photographed wearing hats that read "Free Hernandez" during their co-birthday party in Miami on Saturday night. Hernandez played at the University of Florida with the Pounceys from 2007 to 2009. The former New England Patriots tight end is charged with the murder of killing Boston semi-pro football player Odin Lloyd. Hernandez has pleaded not guilty, and that's the day in sports.
Well, another day has come and gone for 15 News Now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, God bless.
When you see news happening in your area, let us know about it. You can call our news department at 573-701-9590 or email us at news@DawkinsBroadcastGroup.com.